Hare Krishna. I'm very happy to be with you. Today is the appearance day of Sri Adwaita Acharya. Therefore, I will be speaking today on Adwaita Acharya, before. Therefore, I will start reading a verse for Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. There is an entire chapter in the sixth chapter is of Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila is entitled the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya. And I will read text 13, which is on the screen, and 13 is a very long purport. We will not read the entire purport, but it defines the position of Sri Advaita Acharya. So, yes, before we read from Chaitanya Charitamrita, we are offering our respects to the Panchatattva. Jaya Jaya Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Adilila, chapter 6, text 13. Koti Amsa, Koti Shakti, Koti Avatar, Ete Lana Sriche Purusa Sakala Samsar. That's now the word-for-word translation. Koti Amsa, millions of parts and parcels. Koti Shakti, millions and millions of energies. Koti Avatar, millions upon millions of incarnation. Eta, all this. Lana, taking. Sriche, creates. Purusa, the original person, Mahavishnu. Sakala Samsar, all the material world. Translation. Mahavishnu creates the entire material world with millions of his parts, energies, and incarnation. And now we will read text 14, 15. Maya Yacheduya Amsa Nimita Upadana. Maya Nimita Hetu Upadana Pradana. Purusaishvara Ache Didvi Mukti Haya Aya. Vishva Shriti Kari Nimita Upadana Lana. Just as external energy consists of two parts, the efficient cause, nimitta, and the material cause, upadan, Maya being the efficient cause and Pradhan the material cause, so Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, assumes two forms to create the material world with the efficient and material causes. Purport. It's a long purport. I will read only the first paragraph. There are two kinds of research to find the original cause of creation. One conclusion is that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the all-blissful, eternal, all-knowing form, is indirectly the cause of this cosmic manifestation and directly the cause of the spiritual world, where there are innumerable spiritual planets known as Vaikunthas, as well as his personal abode known as Koloka Vrindavan. In other words, there are two manifestations, the material cosmos and the spiritual world. As in the material world, there are innumerable planets and universes, so in the spiritual world, there are also innumerable spiritual planets and universes, including the Vaikunthas and Goloka. The Supreme Lord is the cause of both the material and spiritual worlds. The conclusion, of course, is that this cosmic manifestation is caused by an inexplicable unmanifested void. That's the other conclusion. This argument is meaningless. The first conclusion is accepted by Vedanta philosophers, and the second is supported by the atheistic philosophical system of Sankhya Smriti, which directly opposes the Vedantic philosophical conclusion. That atheistic Sankhya. Material scientists cannot see any cognizant spirit or substance that might be the cause of creation. Yeah, we will stop here. I will explain what's further in the purport and how it relates to Adwaita Acarya. That so now just a moment. Yes. So Adwaita Acharya, that how is this related to Advaita Acharya? It speaks about the cause of creation. That Advaita Acharya is an incarnation of Mahavishnu. That is a bit technical, but Mahavishnu is the source of the creation. That in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes here about the atheistic scientists who cannot see cause in the creation. They think matter is the cause somewhere or other. It came from somewhere, but they cannot explain that. But in the purport, Srila Prabhupada gives the example. But to explain the example, we must understand two terms which are used in the purport and in the verse: the efficient cause and the material cause. That so Mahavishnu has these two functions: efficient and material. That it is the creation is explained in the Bhagavatam. It starts with, by glancing, Mahavishnu creates. And by glancing, it puts the three modes of nature unmanifested within Brahman and injects the living entities. So that's the efficient cause. Without efficient cause, things will not happen. And then after, Pradhan is created, and later Mahatattva, because these three modes starts to act with the desire, according to the desires of the living entities, which are injected by the glance of Mahavishnu together with time. And then material nature produces everything. That is the material cause. So we have the efficient, the glancing, and material nature creates everything. Prabhupada gives the example like when a mother creates the child in her womb, somewhere or another it develops. That so it looks like the mother is efficient and the material cause. But without the seed of the father, nothing will happen. The same is there. Then the seed of the father is here compared to Krishna, who is the supreme father, the seed-giving father, is said in Bhagavad Gita. So this, by glance, Vishnu creates, but also Maya is his energy, and this Maya makes the material creation going on. And that's the material cause. So the Maya, the material cause, is like the mother who creates the body of the child and gives birth. That one can say, oh, the mother is the cause. But no, without the father, it doesn't happen. So these are two, the Mahavishnu creates by glance, that and the material nature, he is his energy, and this is the material cause. So these are two functions of Mahavishnu. Efficient, the glancing, creating, injecting a living entities, and so on. And the material cause is the production of the bodies and the material world and so on through the Mahatattva. So Adwaita Acharya is an incarnation of Mahavishnu. So the creation of the cosmic world happens to the actions of Maya. That's the material cause of the creation. Mahavishnu creates by glancing, is efficient cause. Advaita is a material cause. Advaita means non-different, is non-different from Mahavishnu. He propagates bhakti. He is the incarnation of the Lord's devotee. So Advaita Acharya is one of the three tattvas. Chaitanya, Nityananda, and Advaita is part of the Pancha Tattva, the five truths. These five truths are described in the beginning of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Pancha Tattvamakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Svarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktapyam Namami Bhakti Saktikam. The Svarupam, the Bhaktarupa, is Lord Krishna Chaitanya, the Supreme Lord. He plays the role of his devotee, the Rupa of a Bhakta, Bhakta Rupa. And his first expansion is Svarupakam, Lord Nityananda, an expansion of the Lord in the form of a devotee. And then you have the third, the Bhaktavataram. Advaita Acharya is Bhakta Avataram. It's an incarnation of the Lord as a devotee. Then Bhaktyakam, Srivas, representing all the pure devotees of the Lord. And Bhakti Saktikam so Bhaktakyam is Srivas, or Narada Muni, represents the Jiva, all the living entities who are pure devotees, only the pure devotees. And Bhakti Saktikam is the Sakti from the Bhakti, the love for Krishna, and that's Srimati Radharani. This is the Lord's Bhakti energy, and it's presented by Gadadhar. Because material nature means Prakriti. But before the material nature becomes identified as the three modes, before it's called Pradhan. When Pradhan becomes differentiated into the three modes, it's called Prakriti. So Pradhan is material nature more unmanifested. It's the undifferentiated material nature. The three modes are putting in Brahman by the glance of Mahavishnu, and they remain in balance. So in this Pradhan, the Lord casts his glance and is the efficient cause. But when Mahavishnu acts as the creator, the material cause, it's called Advaita. And that's the position of Advaita Acharya. So the Lord does not directly interact with Maya. Maya, Durga, and Maya It's Durga, on the consort of Lord Shiva. That's so the Lord does not directly interact with this Maya, with this Durga, but the aspect of Mahavishnu is Advaita, and he interacts with material nature. He's the material cause. So, and that aspect of Mahavishnu is Advaita, or also Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva. So that aspect has appeared in the material world in the pastimes of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Maya, the material energy, has these two functions. That so it acts in an efficient or an effective way, is the cause of this material creation, but instrumentally, Nimitra, Maya, and Mahavishnu is the effective cause. It's cleansing of the material nature. So there is this Pradhan Maya, and she is the material cause because she supplies the material ingredients. Like a lady delivers a child, she's the material cause, as she provides the materials that are made up of the body. But in the background, there is the real cause of the child, which is the father, which supplies the soul. So the Purusa is the original cause of the father. So Mahavishnu, who glances, is the original cause of the father. Advaita is the Pradhan Maya, the material cause. He enters the material ingredients and makes the creation working. So Advaita Acharya was born on this day in a village near Sylhet, Bangladesh, at that time Bengal. He received the name of Kamalaksha, one who has eyes like lotus petals. Advaita Prabhu appeared as a son of Shikuvera Pandit within the womb of Nabadevya. So Nabadevya, before giving birth, she had a dream that in her dream, Mahavishnu and Lord Shiva embraced each other, and they became one in the dream. And that is Advaita Acharya. Om Navadvip Parikrama, at a certain place, I forgot the place, where there is a temple with a very particular deity. And the deity is half Shiva and half Mahavishnu. And that is Advaita Acharya. This is a unique deity. Half of the face is Lord Shiva and the other is Mahavishnu. So when he took birth, he was named Mangal, but another name he got was Kamalaksha. His father was Kubera Pandit, treasurer of the demigods and friend of Lord Shiva. His mother was Nabadevi. Advaita Acharya was later moved from Sylhet to Santipur, near to Mayapur. Advaita Acharya became a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri is his disciple was Ishvara Puri, the spiritual master of Lord Chaitanya. So he took initiation from Madhavendra Puri, who was visiting Santipur. He was born in 1434 as Kamalaksha, or also called Kamalakanta. His father, Kuvera Pandit, was a devotee of Nrsimhadev. He left this world in 1558. that means 124 years old. 125 years old. So he was there before the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, and he disappeared 25 years after Lord Chaitanya disappeared. So Adwaita studied the Vedas and scriptures under a scholar named Sankaracharya in Fulavati, a village near to Santipur, where he was awarded the title of Acharya. Adwaita was 52 at the time of the appearance of Lord Chaitanya. Adwaita Acharya worshipped Sri Krishna with tulsi manjaris and Ganges water. And he was factually the cause of the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, because his heart was pained at seeing the people of the world devoid of any devotion to Lord Vishnu, and thereby they were suffering the pains of material life. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya 8.4, this is described. Adwaita Prabhu, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, induced Krishna to descend and thus deliver the entire world. Adwaita is a combination of Mahavishnu and Sadashiva, who resides in Golok. His two consorts are Sita and Sri, both manifestations of Yoga Maya. So Sita Thakurani was his wife, and Sri, it's a thing. He called out to the Lord to descend. So he was worshipping his Salagram Sila, offering tulsi leaves and prayers. He was loudly calling out to the Lord to descend. That he called out to the Lord, please descend to the world. The world is known today as Babla. So on a pilgrimage to Adwaita Acharya came also to Mithila, where we met the poet Vidyapati. He met Madhavendra Puri, who had a dream in which Govardhanadari Gopal commanded him to find sandalwood past of the deity for the deity service. This is described in the 3rd chapter of the Madhya Lila. Very beautiful. That the story of the Gopal deity at over Govardhan, but then also he was going to get Madhavendra Puri was ordered him in a dream to go to Jagannath Puri to get sandalwood pulp for the deity. But then when he came back, the deity appeared again in his dream and asked in Ramuna to smear it on the body of Radha Gopinath. Because Gopinath and Gopal, it's said in the dream, we are the same. Just you apply it, and by that, Gopinath will cool, and I will also cool. It's a beautiful story. So he traveled to Puri to take the road to Western Bengal. When he stopped at Adwaita's house in Santipur, Madhavendra Puri, Adwaita accepted him as his guru. Although Adwaita Acharya is the Supreme Lord himself. Adwaita Acharya's incarnation as a devotee, and he shows us how to become a devotee. He came to guide us, teaching us. When Adwaita Acharya was a young boy, and then with his father, Kuvera Pandit, he was visiting the king. And the king was worshipping Durga. And when he came before the deity as a young boy with his father and the king, everyone bowed down, but Adwaita, the young boy, did not bow down. And the king said, why is your son not bowing down? And his father said, you should bow down. And Adwaita Acharya said, the deity may not bear it, may not. Anyway, they forced him to bow down, and he bowed down before the deity of Durga, Adwaita as a young boy. not from the moment he bowed down, the entire deity was suddenly transformed in little pieces. It fell completely apart. Those Durga could not bear it that the Lord would bow down for him. That also Advaita was famous for accepting Haridas Thakur and as a pure devotee and offering the prasadam of the Shraddha ceremony, which is normally reserved for great Brahmins. And Haridas Thakur protested, "Why are you giving me this honor?" He said, "You will get in trouble with all these Smarta Brahmins, that I'm just a Muslim." And Advaita Acharya said, "Yes, by offering this Shraddha plate to you, it's equal to offering prasadam to thousands of qualified Brahmins." But also there is a story when Lord Chaitanya had taken sannyas at Katwa. After that, he was in complete ecstasy, walking through the forest and to the lands, going to Vrindavan. But he was so in ecstasy, he did not know where he was walking. But Lord Nityananda made a plan to get him to the house of Santipur, in Santipur of Advaita Acharya, so that he could meet once again his mother before he would go on to Jagannath Puri or Vrindavan. That they forced him to. His mother requested Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to settle down in Jagannath Puri. That was her request. But when he was wandering to the forest and to the fields, Lord Chaitanya said to some boys, if the sannyasi comes and is asking the way for Vrindavan, show him this way. It was the way to the Ganga. And then that happened. Lord Chaitanya came there and he asked the way to Vrindavan, and they showed him the way, and finally he came at the Ganga. He was thinking that he was at the Yamuna, and he jumped into it to take a bath. But then suddenly Advaita Acharya was standing there with a boat. And at that time, Lord Chaitanya said to Advaita Acharya, "Advaita, what are you doing in Vrindavan?" And Advaita Acharya said, "Oh, my Lord, wherever you are is Vrindavan." And then Lord Chaitanya understood that they cheated me, and he became aware of the situation and said, "This is not the Yamuni, this is the Ganga." And Advaita Acharya said, "Not really, because a little before there is a confluence or the coming together of the Ganga and the Yamuna, and the Yamuna enters the Ganga at the left side, and you have taken Bhav at the left side, so you have taken Bhav at the Yamuna." Anyway, Advaita Acharya was standing there with some fresh clothes, fresh underwear, because Lord Chaitanya had only one pair of clothes, so he thought he could change dress. And then the Advaita Acharya brought him to to his home in Santipur. And there, with Mother Sachi and all the devotees, they cooked a big feast. But Advaita said, you didn't eat for three days. Please take a little prasad. We made some very simple prasad that just fit for a sannyasi, some simple vegetables and some rice. But then when it appeared that when they were, Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda were invited to attend the Arti and the offering, and then they saw the offering. There were maybe hundreds of preparations. And then after the Arti, they asked Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda Advaita asked them to sit down, but before palm leaves to serve the prasad. And yeah, he served Lord Chaitanya, because Lord Chaitanya also invited Haridas Thakur, who was there, and another of his associates. But Haridas Thakur said, I'm a contaminated person. I cannot take any prasad with you. It's not possible. But after you have taken, I will take a handful of prasad outside the door. And the other devotee was invited. I forgot the name. Said, yeah, I have some service there. You take prasad. So then Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya was sat down by washing their feet and so on. And then Advaita Acharya was serving, but he put a lot of the plate of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. And Lord Chaitanya said, I'm a simple sannyasi, that I cannot eat so much. And Advaita Acharya said, you should now not pretend anything. It's not necessary. I know every day in Jagannath Puri, you take 64 offerings every day. So this is only a little, so you eat it. But Lord Nityananda said, when all these big plates were brought before him, he said jokingly, I was thinking today to fill my belly, but you are offering me only a morsel. He was joking. And Advaita Acharya said, yeah. He said, I've invited you. You must act as a guest and eat whatever is offered. And at that moment, Lord Nityananda took a little of rice and threw it at the feet of Advaita Acharya, and some of the rice stuck at the feet of Advaita Acharya, and Advaita Acharya started to dance in ecstasy. Anyway, there are many more details of these pastimes. You can read in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's a very nice pastime. So these are the pastimes of Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya he was here for under 25 years. There are many other pastimes so once when Lord Chaitanya was in Jagannath Puri, Advaita Acharya sent him a message with Lord Nityananda or one of the devotees. And Lord Chaitanya arrived this, he received this message a few months later in Jagannath Puri. And the message said something like, the price of the rice on the market is not, is not very high anymore. Anyway, it was a puzzling message that Lord Chaitanya understood, yes. Adwaita Acharya is telling me, you have done your mission. You appeared as the Kali Yuga avatar. So there's no demand anymore. You gave everyone love of Godhead, whether they accept or not, but you gave everyone. So you have done your mission. You can now retire. That your mission has been completed. That's, these are the beautiful pastimes of Adwaita Acharya, who is the cause of the material creation, Mahavishnu himself. Mahavishnu and half Mahavishnu, half Sadashiva. Sadashiva, he is the Shiva of the spiritual world who remains in, who lives in Goloka Vrindavan in the spiritual world. So by that we can understand Bhakta Avatar, Lord Vishnu, Vishnu appearing as his own devotee to teach us. So that is what we are celebrating today, the appearance of Adwaita Acharya. Therefore we fast half a day and then we pray for his mercy, that we can follow his teachings and become a pure devotee of the Lord. You could take the praise for his mercy. So are there any questions, please?
No, Maharaj, but thank you very much for wonderfully explaining the pastimes and giving importance and telling Adwaita Acharya's role. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I think it's important that we are aware of the understanding the Panchatattva, because this Panchatattva is like Advaita Acharya is the cause of the material world. But if we understand the Panchatattva, it is also the cause of getting the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. That therefore, before we chant Hare Krishna, we chant the Maha Mantra, but before chanting the Maha Mantra, we chant the Panchatattva mantra. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Chi Advaita Gadadhar Shivasad Gaura Bhaktavinda. Because that's a complete absolute truth in 5 features. So the complete absolute truth is Krishna, his energies, and the living entities together. That's a complete absolute truth, which is in 5 features here. And that and Advaita Acharya has prayed to the Lord to come and descend. So we can pray to Advaita Acharya, please help us and let Lord Chaitanya descend into my heart. And that's good prayer today, and next week, same time, we will celebrate the appearance, I think, of Nityananda. So I was thinking, if you desire, then I will be in Czech Republic, if Krishna willing. I can speak next week on Lord Nityananda. Thank you very much. Very
Yes, Maharaj, that will help. So next week we'll do on Wednesday, Maharaj, or
I think the appearance of Nityananda is Thursday. Because
here.
next Wednesday, I have a program at Govindas in Prague. That so I have here still the 20 Tuesday is Dvadasi. Nityananda is Wednesday, yes. It should be okay for Wednesday. That
Okay, Maharaj. Here it is Wednesday, Maharaj, in US. Nityananda appearance. Tuesday is Ekadashi, and Wednesday is the appearance.
And Wednesday is okay. I have a program in Govindas, but I leave at 2 o'clock or something. So this time would be okay. It's 1:30.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
the usual time next Wednesday. Thank you.
Okay.
Very
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Thank you.
Very well.
Very good. His Holiness Bhakti Prabha Maharaj ki jai.
The Prabhupada ki, Guru Maharaj ki.